You're listening to BBC Radio Stoke. I'm Sam Fletcher, and I'm joined by Emily Taylor, who is the founder of the DNS Research Federation. Hi, Emily. How are you doing this afternoon?
I'm doing great. How are you, Sam?
Yeah, really well, thank you. Please, can you introduce yourself to us? Tell me a little bit about what you do and what the DNS Research Federation is.
So my name's Emily Taylor. I've been working in the internet environment for the last nearly 25 years. Started off as a lawyer and have been in tech policy for a long time. And I'm an associate fellow at the think tank Chatham House and edit their Journal of Cyber Policy. So we have founded a new not-for-profit called the DNS Research Federation because we've been aware that the technical underpinnings of the technology that we use each and every day is not really very widely understood, not just by the public, but also by policymakers. And we want to kind of connect the dots, reconnect that very important technical architecture to the consciousness, the common discourse that we are having about other technology, so that we can understand the role that the domain names play in tech policy, in cybersecurity, and the interplay with technical standards.
Yeah, really important for everybody in a world that is very much dominated by using tech, which has got a huge amount of benefits, but absolutely challenges and things that need to be looked at as well, which is what you guys do. You have recently done a bit of research and come up with some interesting results on the technological terms and the lack of understanding of people across Britain. Is that right?
Yeah, I mean, part of it is a bit of fun. It's sort of lighthearted, a kind of test the nation idea to find out, what people's understanding is of common technical terms like domain names, the DNS, phishing, the metaverse.
I think I know all of those.
Do you think you know all of that? Do you? Well, if you do, then you are part of a minority, actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because we found that only a quarter of people knew what the DNS stood for, domain name system. I don't know. Would you have known that one?
No, that's the one I didn't know.
Yeah. Well, 4% of Londoners thought it was the official name for the Devon Nudist Society. Would that be? And
they did. Of course they did.
Of course. And actually only 36% of people knew what a domain name was. And when you think actually every online thing that you do begins and ends with a domain name.
The domain name is the name of a website, right? So what you put in www. and then that's the name.
That is the domain name. Yes, you're right. And it's also, yes,
thank goodness,
full marks. It's also used in email addresses. So you will have, your username at the domain name. So websites and email addresses are where we see domain names. There's an awful lot that happens under the bonnet that relies on the domain name system or DNS. So it's a really old technology, actually, Sam. It's been around for about 40 years. And what's really struck me and was part of the reason why we started the DNS Research Federation is, you can have really quite in-depth conversations with people about blockchain or about, chat GPT. I've had so many conversations with
I'm
loads of people about
what you're saying.
Yeah, yes, about stuff that is actually like blockchain is quite marginal in terms of its usage, but everybody uses domain names.
Yeah.
And for so few people to really be able to make the connection that you did, it's the name you see in a website. Why do we care? We don't need people to be experts in technical jargon. In fact, what we've learned from our research is like 80% of people hate technical jargon and just want it removed from the English language. And I think that we in the tech community could do well to listen to that. The reason why it's important is because we're also seeing that as many as 30% of families in the country are affected or losing money to cyber scams.
Yeah. And if you don't understand the jargon and the basics of what that means, you're probably susceptible. Yeah.
That's right. And if you don't know, because a lot of those scams will rely on domain names for their delivery, right? So they'll be sending you a link and that will be a domain name. And if you don't know the sort of, well, I think it's this company, I think it's this organization, I think I know their domain name. Am I seeing this in the message I'm getting? That can be a shortcut. Doesn't always work, but it, you know, a lot of the time that will be a very quick way for you to keep yourself safe and stop yourself maybe losing what we're seeing is the average is £1,000 that people are losing per year to cyber scams. It is a lot. And, you know, this is crime. It's if you put all of that together, you know, it is a huge amount of money. It would build many Olympic stadiums, you know, so it's a lot of money. And actually one of the weakest links in the chain in terms of the criminal justice system is not enough people are going to jail for this stuff because it's inherently international in nature. It's quite difficult to get that level of cooperation.
So what can you do to help people who don't understand these terms and are vulnerable? What are you guys doing next?
Well, so we are generally, you know, we're about trying to raise the bar higher so that, you know, all the great things about the internet, you know, we all rely on the internet, we all use it. We at the DNS Research Federation love it, but, you know, we have to make sure that we're doing enough collectively to that all of the benefits don't get outweighed by the risks, and that the risks to public safety. And that, unfortunately, you know, one of the great things about the internet is it's a distributed system. And one of the major problems in terms of fixing anything in the internet is it's a distributed system. So fixing anything needs lots of people to change their behavior. Is not all on consumers. It shouldn't all be on consumers. It's up to multiple actors, multiple organizations and groups to do better. And so what we're trying to do is reconnect the domain name system with the policy discourse, with research, get young researchers interested in it, and also ourselves produce, you know, materials that we hope are accessible to people, that they can understand, that bring it to life and make it interesting.
Brilliant. Thank you so much, Emily. It's been great to catch up with you on the show today.
Thank you.